Welcome to Real Estate on the Rocks, where you get top shelf real estate conversations served straight up, never watered down. Here's your host, Dave Snowberger.
All right, welcome back to Real Estate on the Rocks. My name's Dave Snowberger. I am joined via satellite, via Zoom, with Marshall Tucker, my main man, Marshall Tucker over there. What's going on, Marsh?
Hey, how you doing, Dave? Good to be here.
There we go. We're back. The past couple weeks, we've had those recorded out for a little while, so they kind of saved our butt during this whole coronavirus thing and not being set up and not having the studio. However, we've done a good job of managing, I believe. So this one's going to be a real quick one. We're going to talk about what we like to talk about is marketing. You know, getting in front of people, staying in front of people. You know, what are you doing right now that's keeping you busy? Marshall right now has he had a lot of momentum going into the whole coronavirus situation, and so that momentum has carried over. You really haven't had anything slow you up, have you?
The first 2 weeks of this whole stay at home was a little shaky as everybody was kind of finding their groove. But shortly after that, the phone started ringing again. And yeah, I've just been out showing like crazy.
Yeah, man. Every time I call you, you're out showing homes, and I feel kind of like a bum, but I am doing a lot of marketing. I am keeping leads coming in. So that's at least doing good. But I got some listings going there for some reason, not getting the traction that I was hoping for at first. So we'll see how this shakes out over the next couple of weeks. But let's just continue to talk. Like I just said, I've been doing a lot of lead generation in my downtime. Last week, I got 18 solid leads coming in from some Facebook ads and a few things, some landing pages that I've done with KV Core. I've had a few conversations about recruiting over to EXP. We've had some agents reach out through the podcast. If you want to talk to us about EXP, it's join EXP to 88000 or just text me 512-773-6461. That is my real cell phone number, so don't give it out to all your friends. Or you can give it out to any friend that would like to talk to us about EXP or and needs help with their business. So Marshall, marketing. Let's talk about this real quick, because I see a lot of agents, like, since we've been doing this, since the whole, the 45 days in quarantine, I have noticed, man, I am getting every fifth like thing that when I scroll down in Facebook is a Facebook ad, and they all look the same. A beautiful, beautiful realtor in the corner of the photograph with a beautiful property behind them, wearing either a very sharp, jacket or just a great outfit from our lady friend realtors, and they all look the same. Nobody's doing anything to stand out to me, and it all looks so boring. And I sit here and I audit marketing with our team all the time and what we're doing and making sure that we're not boring. I just want to kind of, those people that are listening to us right now that are worried about Facebook ads and they're worried about just advertising or what to do, or they're really, man, I'm going to go out on a limb here. They're afraid to show people who they are because they're afraid to scare people off or to get feedback, that from the people they know or the people that might razz them a little bit for making something a little bit more unique. Does that make sense?
Or just afraid to be in front of the camera.
Yeah, well, there's always that, but I'm going to assume they're not, right?
But what I see is like the same thing with the real estate joke memes and all the little memes. If you ain't the first one out there to put something out, I've already seen it 20, 30 times. I've already lost interest in it. I think you feel the same way?
Yeah.
Same with the ads. They come through.
Yeah.
I've seen it 20, 30 times. I'm not compelled to click anything.
No, and that's the thing, is that I believe we train our audience what to look at. And a lot of times, like I said, I always get a little bit of pushback when I say the word audience. Like, I don't have an audience. I just have a Facebook friends. That's your audience, right? And so you can call it whatever you want. However, in marketing, that is your audience. That's who you're marketing to. If you're using Facebook as your platform to stand out and say, look at me, I'm a realtor, and you're afraid to stand out to those 1,000 people. I lost my train of thought there. I'm going to try to bring it back. It's late in the day. We usually do this in the morning.
Well, we tried giving it a whack, but I think everybody was on their Zoom meetings this morning. So
right.
Kind of pushed us out.
You train people, like I was saying, your audience here, you train them to scroll past you. We've talked about this in the past, but you know, I can certainly say when I'm on Facebook so damn much that when I'm scrolling through and I see a post come up, I know that it's Marshall. I can see that it's Marshall, right? And a lot of times it's compelling because I want to see what Marshall's up to now. So I can certainly say,
is he out showing homes, or is he out
I'm around you, for the exception of this whole coronavirus thing. I'm around you at least 5 days a week for at least 2 to 6 hours a day, right? We go to lunch together, we hang out together, we're really good friends outside of business, and all that good stuff. And I'm still compelled to see what you're doing. No, I'm not just checking up on you. But like, you do a lot of fun videos, like the one you just did the other day about the zoo. It was a petting zoo in outside of Austin, right?
The drive-through safari in Franklin.
Nice. So Franklin, Texas, right? So,
yep.
Okay.
Tell
me a little bit about that. Why would you go out there and most people aren't, I would say, like us, and they turn the camera around and film everything that we do. I filmed one at the river the other day, but you go first. Why do you do that?
2 parts. One is I want to do things that are fun, you know, entertaining with the kids. It gets kids out of the house, gets me out of the house, and all that good stuff. Entertaining. And then the second is I want to be seen. I want people to connect with me, identify with me, see that they like the same things as me, the know, like, and trust. So they know who I am. They like all the things that I do because I'm just like them. Now they trust me also to work with them.
Yeah, perfect. And that's what this is all about. And you nailed it on the head right there. It's we talk about this a lot. So you know it's the know, like, and trust, right? And the people that aren't interested in you, they self-eliminate. They're fine. Like I told you earlier today, and we got a good laugh out of it, but like it was just my birthday on Sunday, right? And I go, and for some reason, I don't know what it was, maybe a little ego, but I looked at how many friends I had because I'd like to know how many people are wishing me happy birthday. What's that percentage, right?
What's your ratio?
Right. It's so crazy that I think like that. However, I'm not the only one because people do think like that. And it's supposed to be somewhere around 4 to 7% of your page, of the people of your page say happy birthday to you, right? And so I was looking at it and I had about 10 people away from having 5,000 friends, right? By that afternoon, I had almost 20 people delete me. And I didn't know what the hell was going on, right? I'm like, wait a minute. They're not wishing me happy birthday. They're just deleting me, which is fine.
The only thing that changed was I got older.
Right, which is fine. But I just chalked it up to like it's maybe not somebody that they didn't know me in the first place. They don't interact with me. I popped up in their free feed about like, hey, it's this guy's birthday. And they're like, oh, who the hell is this guy?
I felt bad. Like, I don't want to get my gift.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the same Facebook for over 10 years, right? So, I mean, who knows on there? I mean, it's just – and I'm happy with that because I was 10 away from 5,000, which means you can't have any more friends. So now I look at it as like 20 people deleted me. I can stack 20 more friends on top of that now. Right. And you have 20 more acquaintances that might want to get to know me, like me, and trust me. Right. And do business with me. So that's the way I think about that. But I did the same video. I took Morgan down to the river and I just did a quick video of the river, kind of a walk in there. And we were poking fun at all the people that weren't social distancing, and it's like, yes, I get it that we're out the river. We're in a big park or whatever else, but you should have seen the clusters of people,
dude,
which I documented in my video.
We went to Old Settlers and we went to the most remote part you could possibly be at to fly a kite. And we sat there. My parents pulled up. They were in their car watching through the windshield. And this dude comes walking by. He could have walked that way. He could have walked that way. He came walking right past us. It's like, who does that?
Yeah.
We looked at him like, dude, back up.
There's Morgan.
Hey, Morgan.
Right there. Oh, you got earphones in. She can't hear me. They said hello, Morgan. So
your audience said hello.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it was the same thing with us. Like 2 days later, we went back to the river again and I was in Twilight Zone. Like, I didn't know what was the bigger, weirdest thing was there was a family of about 10 that came and not joined us, but came really close to just me, right? Nicole and Morgan took off down the river. They're going exploring. So I stay there just to relax. All of a sudden I have this, the whole river's open. I have the family of 10 people walk up. 5 kids with red hair. I kid you not. All 5 kids had red hair, which I thought was pretty lucky, right? Where do you see 5 redheads in one?
That's a lot of stepchild.
And so I sat there and they just kept getting closer and closer and closer to me. And next thing you know, I mean, they're close enough to be like that I can feel them splashing my legs, you know, while they're playing the river and try to skip rocks and, you know, everything else. And then all of a sudden, you know, finally Nicole comes back and she sits down with me, and this lady comes behind us and she's yelling at her kid. Bro, I'm telling you, if I just leaned back my head in my chair, I could see her chin. Like she's over me yelling at her kids, like, get out of the river. And so I'm just thinking about all these little droplets, right? And so I pick up the chairs and we walked across the river. We walked across the river to the other side of the bank, and I set up camp there where nobody was, right? Just kind of like, I was so pissed off. But anyway, I mean, back to
that, but for filming and stuff, we just want to have our space, you know, to do what we do. Not people all up on us.
Yeah, I mean, I just got done doing a brisket video. I've been stepping up my YouTube game a little bit, and so I would encourage everybody to do that. When you're talking about marketing, there is Facebook. You can run the Facebook ads. They can be expensive. You can do it relatively cost effective. However, they do get expensive. But one of those things that you can get a ton of organic reach from is doing YouTube videos. Ever since that we've started putting things on YouTube, and I've learned more and more about YouTube and how to do thumbnails and how to attract people in. Like I tell you, I was doing the YouTube stuff and I would just throw it on there. It would get 0 views, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would get nothing. And since I started doing thumbnails, each of the videos that I posted had over 30 views within the first 2 days. I thought that was pretty awesome. And so I've stayed on that course, and I've just trying to take in so much content about YouTube marketing. I know that Think Marketing has a great podcast, and they have a great YouTube channel to teach you, the beginners like us, the beginners out there, how to do better videos and how to get more attention and bring that in. And what that does is when we recirculate that now from YouTube over to Facebook, that is the marketing that we need to get people to know, like, and trust us. That's casting a wide net and letting a lot of people in to see who we are. You agree with that?
Yes, sir. Well, also, you put your videos on YouTube and they're Google searching, those will pop up where your Facebook won't.
Right.
All right.
Right. And if you actually listen to these guys at Think Media or tons of the YouTube videos out there that talk to you about really kind of like the marketing of this and then the keyword searches and all that good stuff, when people go to search certain things, YouTube's owned by Google. I think everybody at this time knows that. YouTube, owns them. And so, Google owns YouTube. They take that information and it's the number 2 search engine out there. And so it's the easiest way to get on the map when people start to search, homes for sale in Georgetown, Texas, or homes for sale in Leander, Texas, or Austin, Texas. You have a better chance of coming up then. I know a lot of our videos that we do for our, stuff that we're doing right now, the virtual tours. Mm-hmm. When you do those through YouTube, your rankings come up on that a whole lot more. And so when you're factoring in the address like 107 Sumac in Georgetown, Texas, or homes for sale in Georgetown, Texas, and then you search 107 Sumac a couple different times, you start raising up, and all of a sudden you're on the first page within 4 hours. I can be on the first page with that video from YouTube. If it's just done right with the right keywords, and I've proved it time and time again. So, I mean, that's right now is a tremendous opportunity to be found, right? And so have something at the end of that tour that gives them a little taste of you, right? So a lot of people are just sticking to the property. There's nothing about the board of realtors that says that you can't go out and make your own video. You can have the nice boring tour. You can place that online in the MLS so another agent can share it. However, when it comes to your tour, you can go out and film whatever you want. We do it. We do it with the drones. We do it with some other stuff. We'll pay a guy to come out and shoot the drone footage for us, and we'll compile it all together, throw it out there. And then at the end of it, just like, hey, if you want more information at this property, call me, Dave Snowberger with Snowberger Realty Group at 512-920-DAVE. Dave. Call me at 920-DAVE. And I mean, if that stays out there, I'll never remove that. When the house sells,
yeah,
I'll never remove that. And so luckily hopefully down the road, we had talked about this earlier today, was like, some of our clients are coming back around 3 years after they purchase, 4 years, 5 years after they purchase something, and so they do that again. That house goes back out there on the market. They start, it's got 4 years of SEO under its belt. They start putting in searches for Georgetown or 107 Sumac again. All of a sudden it pops up. We're there again.
That's
The
right.
house more than likely hasn't changed much, and it's just another opportunity to get a lead out of it. Really, that's it. Right. So
Yes, sir.
anyway, fun stuff. I love the marketing stuff, man. I've been reading a good book right now called The One-Page Marketing Plan. You got that around? I know I recommended it to you.
I got the Cliff Notes on it, but I'm going to download it. I actually got a new credit to buy something with. So
I've got a bunch of credits. I could probably send you one. But the One-Page Marketing Plan.
Every time I cancel it, it just pops back up, and it's like, you've got a new credit. I was like, I'm still paying for this. So keep it going.
I think I've got 5 or 6, and I think Nikki's got a bunch too. I'm trying to get her to forward me all her credits. But
you can do
that.
Yeah,
I've been into this One-Page Marketing Plan, and really they're talking about, just basically stop being boring. Stop being, doing the same things other people are doing. I'm really enjoying the book right now. I think it was, it's like a 6-hour read. I think it's my second time through it, maybe my third time already that I've gone through this book. You know how I do books. I just listen to them on loop. And so I can start just downloading it into my subconscious. And I know what I'm talking about when it comes to reference those books. But the One-Page Marketing Plan, you got to simplify it. You got to find out what your message is. You got to find out who you are and really that avatar of, who you're trying to do business with. And when
try to find out who you are, it's being genuine and sharing what makes you Dave or what makes me Marshall, because that's kind of like finding your niche as far as, I can sell new construction homes all day long, but now I am the guy who's has kids and he takes the kids to the park, the same places that you go to, or I'm interested in, we're going to start chickens. So maybe we're interested in chickens together or guns or whatever. And it just helps the person identify with you. Once they start identifying with you, then they'll do business with you. Know, like, and trust. So.
Yeah. And I've struggled with that because I've always I think when people meet me, they think that I'm a little bit more serious than I am. And I'm always just very business. And that's not it. You know me better than most people out there is I'm a huge, just like kid, and I love to play around. I love to like joke around and play pranks and do a bunch of fun stuff. And I like to go out to restaurants to eat, and I like to film what I do. And I like to just have a lot of fun. And that's helped me over the past couple of years. And I love the marketing side of it. So as long as I can 80-20 it and do a lot of 80% of the fun stuff that I do and 20% of business, I think it meshes well. And I think that people have to find that before they even start marketing, and they go out there with their big box broker logo and they jump on, a postcard with their blazer on, or with their Sunday best on. And then they just start doing the same thing other realtors are doing. Like, people turn you off, and
most amount of money
you're done
in your pocket, shortest amount of time. Everybody's saying that. So.
Yeah. I said it the other day in an ad, and I was like sitting there, like what I was typing. I was like, I tried to make it a unique at least, and make it like, at first you call me to list your house, then we'll call Nathan to come over and load you up to take you to the house that Marshall is going to sell you. I've tried to put some personality behind their ad, which I totally typed their ad, right? And so I totally took their ad and
what's funny is they took yours and then they shared that one too. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Yeah, it was all reciprocal. So anyway, yeah, man. So I just wanted to have a quick powwow about marketing real quick. We should be back in the studio by next week and put out a little bit more of a consistent podcast. I think we're actually going to kick it up a notch and go back to, instead of 3 times a week, we're going to go back to twice a week. And so we'll probably remove the Wednesday downloads and make that a Tuesday and Thursday download day for everybody. I think that'll work out better. And more than likely, we'll just, have it a 2-part show all the time, because we end these somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour every single time. So if we can start getting an hour out of it, we'll start breaking it up. We've been asked to do more podcasts. We've seen that a lot of our listeners, they like the 3 times a week, and we cut down to the 1 because we got really busy in our careers. Because at the end of the day, we're all still realtors, and we have to lead with revenue and do all this stuff first. So after we go out and we list homes and show homes, then we have to do our marketing stuff. And then we have to, take care of our families and everything else. And then at the end of all that, if we have some time left, then we sit down and we do a podcast, and then we have to edit the podcast and get it out. There's a whole mess to it. I absolutely love doing it. It's just the time consuming thing. And the thing that we don't have right now is a ton of time. And it seems to be, actually that's a 2-part. We have a ton of time on our hands because we're in lockdown. However, like a lot of the people that we're locked down with, like James has been called up by the Army, right? So James has been called up by the Army. We don't know where he is. I have no idea what's going on with James right now. I'm going to send him a podcast and say, edit this. And if he does it, he does. If not, then everybody will hear this on Thursday. So if you're hearing this tomorrow, we appreciate you tuning in. I know you've had a long day, Marshall. I know you've got a ton of fires to put out, and I got the family home. I can hear them upstairs, and they got showers going and everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I appreciate it, man. I'll talk at you tomorrow, and let me know if you need anything, okay?
Sounds good. Have a good night.
All right. Don't forget about our boy Mike Harrell out there. Mike Harrell with Guaranteed Rate. Yes, there it is. Mike. Haven't heard it in a while. You can reach Mike at Magic Mike at 88000. We appreciate everything Mike does for us. Mike absolutely kills it. If you want to talk about EXP, just text me real quick. I'll send you a 7-minute video. You'll watch it, then you'll immediately call me and you'll join EXP. That's how easy it is. So let's keep on working this second quarter, staying in, stay healthy, and man, I'll see you next time, man.
All right. I'm out.
All right.